Good morning, children. Welcome you all to today's class of science. Children, today we are going to start new lesson, chapter 9, and name of the lesson is Habitat. And the learning objective of this lesson means in this lesson we are going to study about habitat and its types, biotic and abiotic components in a habitat, adaptations in plants and animals, and similarities and differences between living and non-living things. These are the learning objectives of this lesson. Means at the end of the lesson we will come to know about this topic. Okay, we are going to study this topic in this lesson. So let's start with habitat and its types. Children, habitat means the place or natural surrounding or environment in which organism lives. And this place or natural surrounding provides physical and biological resources needed by an animal for its survival. Habitat is a place where an organism can get food, shelter, and climatic conditions best suited for it to survive, breed and flourish unharmed. In other words, every living organism need a home or a habitat. Okay, some habitat are very huge, as big as mountain, and some habitats are very small, like a drop of water. Okay, have you ever gone to any wildlife sanctuary? Wildlife sanctuary means the place where wild animals like deer, tiger, lion, elephants are roam freely or live freely. They are allowed to move freely in wildlife sanctuaries. And these wildlife sanctuaries is also one of the example of habitat. Okay. Thus, a habitat is a place where an animal and plants community naturally occur. It is the place where population lives. Okay, you can see here some different type of habitats are shown here. Ocean habitat, forest habitat, desert and grassland. These are the different habitat found in environment. You can see here one of the example, lion's habitat. Lion's habitat is grassland or forest, and some components present in the lion's habitats are animals that a lion can hunt and feed upon. Okay, plants or grasslands where it can rest, hide or wait for its prey, and abiotic components like suitable temperature and sufficient rainfall for the lion and other plants and animal to survive, etc. Okay, means these are the components which are present in every habitat. Habitat comprises both biotic and abiotic factors. Biotic components means the living components like plants and animal are the living components, and abiotic factor means water, rainfall, temperature, air, etc. These are the abiotic components which are present in habitat. Okay, you can see here monkeys, trees. Trees are the habitat of monkey and squirrel. Monkeys and squirrel have tree as their natural habitat. Okay. Now let's learn more about the components of habitat. Children, I have already told you there are two types of components of habitat. Biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic components means living component, living things. The plants and animal, bird, water, rocks, etc. found in habitat, and which are the important things for survival of all the living things. The components of an environment can be living and non-living. Living means biotic components and non-living means abiotic components of the habitat. So first of all, we will study about biotic components of the habitat. Okay. Biotic components are plants, animals, a microorganism like bacteria, fungi, protists, or etc. Okay. So, and non-living things or abiotic factors are water, soil, air, light and minerals. Okay, these are the abiotic factors present in every habitat. Okay, so first of all we will study about biotic components and their interactions. Biotic are the living components of a habitat. For example, the animal, plants and other microorganisms are the biotic factors of habitat. Children, animal depends on the plant for food, oxygen and shelter. We humans also get medicine, food, spices, rubber, cotton and jute from the plants. Okay, and plants depends on animal for pollination and dispersal of seeds. Animal depends on the plant for their food, oxygen and shelter. Okay, and plants depend on animal for pollination and dispersal of seed. These help the plant in continuing their species. Animal excreta and their dead bodies add nutrients to the soil. Okay. They act as a manure and provide mineral for the plant growth. Hence, biotic components means plants and animal depends on each other for their survival. Plants are depend on the animals and animals are depends on plant. The biotic components can be further divided into different categories. Okay. First of all, we will see producers. Producers are the only organism that can make their own food, and these organisms are green plants. Green plants only the organism which make their own food, and thus they are called food producers. Green plants are called food producers. Okay, they provide food to all the non-green plants and animal. Green plants have green color pigment which is called chlorophyll, and because of the chlorophyll green plants have their green color. Okay, which help them to produce food by the process of photosynthesis. You know that in the process of photosynthesis all the green plants make their own food. Okay, so first of all we will see how photosynthesis takes place in plants. In this process the plants or green plants use the energy available in the form of sunlight to combine with carbon dioxide drawn from the atmosphere and water which is absorbed from the soil, and they produce food. Means photosynthesis is the process of formation of food with the help of carbon dioxide and water, and in this process they liberate oxygen into the atmosphere as a byproduct. Okay, means oxygen is a byproduct of the process of photosynthesis. Means in this process with the help of sunlight plants make their own food with the help of carbon dioxide and water. And in this process, the oxygen is liberated as a byproduct. Okay. Green plants and therefore green plants are also called autotrophs. Autotrophs means the organism which produce their own food. Okay. So, and animals are called heterotrophs because they are depend on the plants for their food. Auto means on its own, and trophs means food. So autotrophs means the organism which make their own food. Okay. So all the green plants are autotrophs. Okay. Now next category of the components of habitat are biotic components is herbivores animal. Herbivores means the animal which eat only plants or plant products. Directly or indirectly, all the animals depend on the green plants for their food. They consume food made by the producers and hence called consumers. They are also called heterotrophs. Okay, because they do not make their own food. They depend on plants for their food, and therefore all the animals and non-green plants are heterotrophs. Human beings are also heterotrophs. On the basis of their food habit, the heterotrophs are divided into three categories. First one is herbivores. Herbivores means the animal which feeds only on the plant. Means they eat only plants, and such animals are called herbivores. They are also called primary consumers. For example, you can see here deer, cow, rabbit, goat. These are only eat plants and therefore they are called herbivores. Okay. Next category of consumer is carnivores. Carnivores animals are animals such as goat, deer, etc. feed on the plants. Okay. For their food, and the animal which feed on the other animals for their food are called carnivores. For example, lion, tiger, these are the carnivores animals. They eat other animals as a food. Okay. This carnivorous animal is also called secondary consumer. Herbivores are called primary consumer and carnivores are called secondary consumers. Example of the carnivorous animals are lion, tiger, wolves, etc. Okay. Another category of the consumer are omnivorous animal. Omnivorous animal and animal which eat both plants and animal as a food known as omnivorous. Example, pigs, bear and human being is also omnivore. Okay. Another category of the consumer are scavengers. Children, scavengers means the animal, animal which are depends upon the dead animal as thus help to keep the environmental clean. The animal which feed on the dead remains of the animal. Okay. In our next class we will study about scavengers in detail. So that's all for today, children. Have a good day.